Okay, so the mobility workout of the week is going to be to mobilize and kind of increase flexibility in the shoulder region. So what you want to do is, if you're going to be doing it at our gym here, use one of these big boxes, these 36 inch ones. If you're not working at our gym, you're at maybe a commercial gym or a local gym, you can use a bench or the Reebok steps. You just pile up the risers on each side, and you want it to be probably at least about 30 inches high. Okay, and you're going to climb yourself up here. You want to be pretty close to a pull-up bar. Okay, so the closer you are, the easier it's going to be. So you want to grab the pull-up bar with an overhand grip or an underhand grip. So this. I'm going to put my hands as close as I can together, and all I want to do is I want to pull and bring my chest up and away. Okay? So I'm basically trying to pull my shoulder blades together and push my chest out, which is going to help to stretch and cause some release and mobilization in the shoulder region. Again, depending on how flexible you are, will determine how much you push it and how much stretch you want. Another way to do this, you can do both of these. So grab on the outside, you can bend the knees and just dip down and get a stretch there. So you can feel that, kind of similar to this one, just different angles. You're just kind of holding and hanging. Okay, so you can try both. I would hold either position for a minute, minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. If you're going a bit too intense, you probably won't be able to go longer than 20 seconds, so that's a bit too much. You should be able to hold it for about at least a minute. That's kind of the tension and intensity you want it to be. Okay, so that's for the mobility of the week, so give it a try. You'll find that'll help. Particularly for movements like overhead pressing. We're going to be doing that. We're doing that lots of classes, but particularly this month coming up in November, we're going to do a lot of overhead pressing. So the more mobilization we get in the shoulder, we can get in an overhead position. We can get that arm coming back, preferably behind the ear. They also find that'll help when doing push-ups, so you're able to get deeper because of that extra range of motion. But even people that are doing things like a lot of dipping, any kind of pressing motion that's going to start to tighten up that capsule, that anterior capsule in the shoulder, which is going to cause rounded shoulder, and then what leads to forward head posture. So by doing this kind of mobilization, it's going to help to just pull those shoulders back, bring that chest out, and it'll naturally pull the head back, puts less strain on the neck. And it also will put less strain on the shoulder, because if you're in this kind of forward rounded shoulder position, then the humerus, which is this upper arm bone, isn't sitting in the shoulder socket properly. So when you're doing things like this, like maybe a shoulder flexion exercise, anything that's causing the shoulder to come up, even if you're not even working out and you're just lifting and grabbing things, if you're in that rounded shoulder posture, as you come up, it could lead to an impingement where you get a little bit of the bone process bangs into the muscle or the bursa that's in that area and become inflamed, and it can become sore. So we want to get that shoulder back in proper position. So we go overhead, any pressing, horizontal pressing, particularly vertical pressing is going to be much improved to keep that shoulder nice and healthy. So give it a try. I would work on that all week. Every time you come to class, or at least 3 or 4 times a week, holding for a minute, minute and a half to 2 minutes. Okay? And then the weekly members challenge this week. Last week we did the 1 minute of box jumps. We got some good records on there, or good scores on the board, so that was awesome, guys. Good job. This week what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 minutes of wall ball. So as many wall balls as you can do in 2 minutes. The mark, I'm not sure if you guys can see this from this camera angle, but you want to do a 9-foot mark for women and then a 10-foot mark for guys. So if 9 foot is here on both walls in the gym, and then for the guys, it's on the middle of the gym. There's a 10-foot mark. If you're not at our gym and you're at a commercial gym, just measure out, or you want to do this at home, measure out 9 feet or 10 feet, mark that spot, and then what you want to do is you want to use a ball, either a 10-pound ball, a 14-pound ball, or a 20-pound ball. You can pick which one you want to do. Typically women it's about 10 to a 14, and then guys is a 20, but you can use whatever ball you want. You just want to indicate what size ball you used and what height you went to. Okay? So if you can see me from that angle, I'll just demonstrate proper wall ball form. Okay, so what we want to be looking for, tangled in all these bands. Okay, so what we want to look for the proper wall ball is we want to be nice and close to the wall. We want to get a nice full squat range of motion. Okay, so full squat, we want to get those hips going, that hip crease going below the knee crease. So that's above, that's still above, that's better. So that hip crease going below the knee crease. And then I want to shoot this ball up, and I want to hit that mark. Now I can either catch the ball when it bounces off the wall and continue, or I can let it drop. So if I catch it, throw it off, hit the 9-foot mark, 10-foot mark, whichever mark you're using, or I can let it drop, pick it up off the bounce, go into a full squat. So I have to reset to the full squat every single time. Ball, chest, full squat, and up. Okay? No underhand throws, no half squats. We need full squat range of motion, full depth, ball hitting the wall. If you want to be, what I'd like you guys to do is to have someone witness it, either another client, another member of the program, friend, family member, or something like that. Just someone that can watch it, can time you into 2 minutes, and then you can count your reps and let you know if you're not going low enough or you're not hitting the mark. Okay, so the weekly challenge this week, 2 minutes of wall ball. I want to see some good times up on that wall. I'm going to do it. I'm going to beat myself up on that. So go for it, have fun, do that mobility stuff, see that improves that shoulder position from the forward, rounded shoulder, forward head posture. That'll just help set that shoulder in the right place for general life and then for pressing movement. So give it a shot, and yeah, let me know what you think.